Hello everyone, Mark here with Mark's Max Muscle, and this is part 4 in this Arnold Schwarzenegger series. I didn't know whether to do a tournament or not, or I didn't know exactly which way I was going to approach this, but it just seems to me that it's just a good idea to celebrate Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think you guys feel the same way. I'm getting as many comparisons out of this thing as I can possibly get. Today's will be a 1971 versus the infamous 1975. And of course, we're not going to really go, well, I was going to say we're not going to really go and judge this one, but man, is it just me or is his legs tiny in 1975 in comparison? Anyway, let's begin with the front double bicep. And what a nice little comparison this is. I do firmly believe that the 1971 version is better in certain ways. Look at the size of his thighs, his massive set of quads, dwarfing that of 1975. But he is very, very refined here in 75. Even the little details. Look at the calves. The calves look bigger. His calves, I believe, got bigger every year, regardless of the rest of his physique. Look at the biceps. You can see those cuts far better in 75. And I believe the conditioning may be a touch better. I just don't think he gave himself enough time to train. He was very busy at that time making movies and this and that. But it is honestly a tough call here. Yes, the front lat spread. And this 1971 front lat spread is very difficult to beat. The camera angle, first of all, makes him look so good. But aside from that, I just think it is an unbelievable pose for that version. Look at the size of the legs compared to the 75. Almost embarrassing for 75 Arnold. I mean, of course, once again, the camera angle makes your legs look bigger, but I mean, not that much bigger. Definitely had a little set of spindles in 75. But no disrespect meant to the Oak. This entire series is devoted to the respect that I have for this man. And in 75, his conditioning, once again, right there with 71. So this is more of a battle to see the most conditioned version. And thus far, there is no real leader. Here is the next pose, and it is the side chest. One of Arnold's best poses, bar none, for sure. 1971, he did battle against 74, and both of them may lay claim to having the best side chest of this man's career. 75, he really doesn't have quite that sting that the 71 packs. Look at the thick, thick pec. Now, I've seen the 75 version of the side chest before. I believe it was identical to the 1972, I think, Arnold. Not the best version of Arnold at all. Now, there is this version of the side chest, and it is a little bit better, in my opinion, for that year. It definitely shows off that muscle maturity that 75 possesses. And look at the calves, if you will. Now, judging just simply on the calves alone, 75 is the clear winner. But I like that 70s bow look that Arnold, he really possessed that thick, thick pec in the earlier years, and then he pretty much lost it. Here's unfortunately, the only back comparison that we have. I do firmly believe that those lats are a whole lot bigger in 75. You see that? Now, the other aspects of 71 may be better. Look at the arm size. Perhaps bigger in 71. Hard to say, though. The closer arm, 75, looks a little better, as well as the delts. Now, as far as the traps are concerned, I would say 71 has this. But, judging just strictly on this pose, I'm going to give it to 75. But at this point, who's really keeping score? I'm not. I'm doing 75 versus 73 for my next matchup, regardless of who comes out ahead in this one. Now, let's carry on to this pose here. And I believe the camera angles, or I'm not sure, the camera distortion perhaps, is putting a kibosh to the chances of 1971. I think it's making him look thinner than he actually is. And on the contrary, the 75, it's tilted or something. It's making him look like the 74 version, for goodness sakes. Look at the lag size. The lags look much thicker in 75. So really, it is hard to go by this one. I mean, yes, 75, clear winner. But I think there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration. You definitely always have to do that while doing these picture comparisons. It's totally different live up on stage with the identical lighting, and you can see better than just these old black and white photos. Now, as far as which year was more impressive, it's really hard to say. Look at that frigging bicep in the 1971 version in this picture here. Awesome. The vascularity, the conditioning plus. And when you look at the legs, he was definitely winning in that aspect. And then when you look at that rear double bi in 1975, perhaps the best of that pose of Arnold's career. You can almost see some glutes there, which definitely was not the fashion at the time. I mean, Arnold never had striated glutes. Nobody did at that point. Maybe Bill Graham. Anyway, look at that Christmas tree. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Maybe 1973 will have something to say about that rear double bi. I guess we'll have to wait. That's going to be an awesome comparison too. And of course, that will be the next video in this series, that 1973 version. We'll go head to head against 1975. That's going to be an awesome one. I personally definitely look forward to that one, as well as the 74 one, but I think we're going to have a few extra picture comparisons for this one. I definitely look forward to it, and I hope you guys do too. If you haven't already, please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, click that subscribe button. It helps me so much, you'll never ever know. And once I reach that 1,000 subscriber mark, poof goes the fireworks excitement, he wrote. Have a great day.